Hey everybody, Justin Senior here. Welcome to the training, and you're going to love this one. This is going to be the first video here, and this is all about how this whole thing works. It's just an introduction to e-commerce. I want to make sure that you fully understand kind of the conceptual concepts of this business, how this business is going to run, and really more importantly, why this business is so amazing and why you're going to want to jump right into it. And of course, that's what this training is going to be all about. We're going to show you every single step you need to jump into this business, master this business, turn this into your full-time business, and we're going to jump into it right now. And again, this is kind of just a 10,000 foot overview of how this whole business works. And really, I think the thing to remember here is this is a massive industry, right? We're talking about e-commerce. E-commerce, $21 trillion and counting, one of the biggest industries that are out there. I mean, obviously one that is going to just continuously grow. And if you want a real-world example of that, take a look at all the malls and big box stores and retail stores that are shutting down left and right. Literally right around you in your hometown, you see all these huge stores shutting down. It's because no one wants to go out and pay ridiculous prices and wait in line and spend gas money, etc., and spend time to go shopping, right? They just go right on their phone or their laptop or their desktop, whatever. They do it at work. It doesn't matter, right? They're just going to be doing it online. So we're not talking about any type of fad business, right? This isn't like a thing that's hot right now and is going to go away next year. We're talking about, if you look at the trajectory of e-commerce since day one, I guess whatever the first e-commerce site was, let's say 20 years ago, the trajectory has only been positive, right? And it's only going to continue to be that way because this is how people are shifting their purchasing models. And, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, right? E-commerce is obviously here to stay. It's not a fad whatsoever. And again, there's no better time than now to jump into it. Obviously, it's a massive market size, right? $21 trillion and counting. Obviously, we all want a piece of that. But just more specifically, we're talking about right now being able to jump into e-commerce in 60 seconds, having your own e-commerce store without even taking a credit card out, right? And of course, I'm referencing Shopify, and I'm going to walk you through every single step you need to know to master Shopify throughout this training. Okay, but no better time than now because you could do it in a minute. You could literally have a live site in a minute. You could do it with no experience. You could do it without ever looking at coding, without ever needing to be a programmer, without ever needing to hire a programmer, right? And you could literally make money this week doing this business because there's zero product risk and there's no inventory, right? There's no minimum orders. There's no shipping $10,000 of inventory to Amazon, right? There's none of that. No inventory risk. When we're talking about drop shipping existing items, maybe even talking about print on demand, right? These are ways that you're going to be able to have inventory in your store without ever having a single dollar invested in that inventory, without ever touching that inventory, without ever having it physically in your location. And of course, I'm going to teach you all about that as well. And the cool thing about all the business models that I use with e-commerce is that there's automation right out of the box, right? There's not anything that you need to add on. There's not some new, employee that you need to hire in order to run the business. All of these processes are automated, and you're going to see that whether it's drop shipping or print on demand or any of the other steps in between, right? You're going to be able to have automation right out of the box through Shopify, and that's a huge thing, right? This could be something where it's a one-man or one-woman show, right? You don't need to have an office or a warehouse or tons of employees or really any employees to run this business. And in my opinion, the best thing about this business is it's cash flow positive from day one. Right, we're talking about selling products that we don't actually touch and we don't invest in, right? We don't have a warehouse filled up with $100,000 of inventory. That's not how this business works. We're going to be drop shipping existing products, which means we could be cash flow positive as soon as we make a sale, right? Because what happens, let's just talk about in basic, what happens when you make a sale? Well, on Shopify, you're going to get paid, right? Let's say the item is $20. Well, you'll get $20 deposited into your bank account through Shopify, and on the flip side of that, you'll need to then go and pay your supplier for the product, and it goes in that order. So you're collecting $20, and let's say your product costs $5. You'll take in $20. Then after the fact, you'll send $5, and in most of the cases, this is going to happen automatically through the automation that I was talking about, and I'll show you this throughout the videos, right? You collect the $20, then you pay the $5 afterwards, which means you collected $15 or you profited $15 just to sell someone else's product on your site, right? And that's the whole reason why this is cash flow positive, and that's really one of the reasons why this is an incredible time to get into e-commerce. It's by far the best business model of the year, and I don't think anything even comes close. And I truly believe that. So moving on, there are really four components, and I actually kind of touched on some of these. Number one, Shopify, right? This is going to be the platform for all of our stores, right? Again, you're going to fully understand, fully master Shopify when you're done with all these videos and training. But the reason that we're using Shopify, I kind of gave a little teaser before, is at 60 seconds to a live site. we can literally get a site live without a credit card, without a programmer, without looking at any code, without knowing HTML or CSS or JavaScript or PHP, right? Just by entering in an email address, you'll be able to get your store up and running, right? Accept credit cards, shopping cart, add products, social media integration, etc. Right? And that's a huge thing because a couple years ago that would not have been the case. It would have taken you tens of thousands of dollars and weeks, if not months and months of a developer's time to build you a custom platform like Shopify. So that's obviously the first component. Okay, so that's where your store is going to live. www.mynewstore.com. It's going to be a Shopify site. Yep. And you'll figure out how to set all that up. And then after you have a store, you're going to need to go into product research. This is the second main component. And this is where we're talking about finding very niche-specific products to sell. The most obvious example that I can give is a cat store, right? Let's say you have a cat store where you're targeting people that like cats or love cats. Right? Maybe you're going to sell them a T-shirt about cats, or a necklace about cats, or a canvas print about cats, or any one of hundreds of thousands of cat-related products that you can find on the various dropshipping sites that we're going to integrate with. Right? It's all about knowing what products to go after, how to test them efficiently, how to add them to your store, and why to add them to your store. Right? The how and the why, they're equally important because we need to make sure that we're actually going ahead and having products that are going to resonate with our niche. That's the key, right? Niche, when you have a niche that's based on passion, right? For example, people who love cats, people that love tennis, people that love to go hiking, right? When you can find out what resonates with people on the passion level, that's when you're really going to be able to get their credit card coming out of their wallet and you making money. Okay? So next of the four main components, the third one is product sourcing, okay? So we're going to research the products. We're going to understand where to look for them. We're going to understand why or what factors we want to find in these products. Now we need to figure out how to source them for drop shipping fulfillment, right? This is the part where we never have to have any inventory, right? And this is the whole power of the cash flow positivity here. It's not like we're buying any of the products that we research up front. Once we find a product, we want to integrate it onto our site and have it be as automated as possible, and I'll show you the different ways to do that, so that when an order comes in on our site, we can then have it be fulfilled by the drop shipper. Okay? Fulfillment is not anything to be confused by. It's basically just the process of you ordering the product for your customer on their behalf, right? Because the product already exists somewhere else. Right? So again, cash flow positivity, you collect the money up front, then you place the order for your customer, the supplier ships the product to your customer, their customer receives the product, and they're all happy. All right? That's the basic form of dropship fulfillment. Okay? And the fourth component here, probably the most important, marketing strategies, right? Facebook ads, email marketing. How do you drive people onto your store? How do you get people to look at your brand, look at your products? How do you get people excited about the passion-based products that you have in your store? Well, you need to drive the right people in there, and that, of course, is all about marketing and super important in any type of business, and we'll cover that in this training for sure as well. So, I really want to kind of simplify this business for you, especially in this kind of overview look. I want to be very clear. There's not one thing in this business that you should be intimidated by. I don't care if you have no technical savvy, if you've never made $1 online, if this is your first time ever hearing about Shopify or dropshipping, it doesn't matter. This is an incredibly simple business, right? Here's how the business is basically going to look, right? You're going to build your own Shopify store, right? You're going to literally be able to get started for free, and I'm going to share later on in the training videos a special link that's going to get you an extended 21-day free trial and a 10% off discount code for your Shopify store every single month. Okay, so pretty significant. So you'll build your store. I'll show you how to customize it. Very easy. Again, you'll never need a coder. You'll never need a developer. You're not going to need to learn HTML or JavaScript or CSS or whatever, any of that stuff, right? You're just going to be able to customize through what they call the theme panel. Very easy. You'll get step-by-step on that. Okay, then you're going to research intriguing products for your store. I like using the word intrigue. It's really just the best way that I've come to describe what I'm looking for, and it's really just things that are going to stop people when they're scrolling on the news feed, right? I need you to get into the mindset of understanding what your customer is going to be seeing through the different marketing channels, right? And you want to have something that is going to hit that intrigue factor and, of course, the passion factor. We'll go into all that. Then you're going to need to find the suppliers that will drop ship those products, right? Once you've researched the products, you need to find people that are actually going to drop ship them. And then you need to add those products to your store. There's a couple different ways to do that, manual way and automated way. Obviously, I prefer the automated way. I'll show you that later on. Then you're going to market those products, right? You're going to try to find the best product to customer match. You're going to do this through various forms of advertising like email marketing or Facebook ads or Instagram influencers or whatever. Right? Then once you make a sale, you're going to go ahead and fulfill the product via your dropship supplier. Again, this is the cash flow positivity section here. You get paid and then you pay your supplier. Okay. And finally, your customer receives the product from your supplier, and that's the end of it, right? Notice there's nothing here about shipping the product. There's nothing here about packaging the product. There's nothing here about walking to the warehouse and going to the right box and pulling out the right product and sticking it in a bubble mailer and printing out a shipping label and dropping it in the mail. That's not necessary, right? That doesn't happen when you're drop shipping. Again, that's the point. That's the real magic here. We don't have to worry about having inventory or buying inventory up front. We're able to literally just have our products sent directly from the supplier to our customer while we just sit there, collect the profits, and watch our bank account increase. So you're going to learn how to master this entire business during this training. I hope you kind of understand the 10,000 foot overview here. You're going to learn it in extreme detail as we go on through the training, but it's really time to get excited about building your own Shopify store, kind of building this entire empire of e-commerce and really finally living the lifestyle that you want, because this is definitely going to afford you that benefit. So see you in the next videos and talk to you real soon.